There's a sentence that quietly separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck. And it's not, I'm saving more, or I found a better budgeting app. It's 4 words. I can't afford that. Because here's the twist nobody tells you. Sometimes that sentence is a lie. And it's the most profitable lie you'll ever tell yourself. Let's define 2 things that sound identical but are financially opposite. Actually broke is when your money is fully accounted for before it even lands. Rent, bills, debt, groceries. There's no buffer, no slack, no room to breathe. Acting broke is different. Acting broke is when you have the money. You could buy the thing, but you tell yourself you can't afford it anyway, on purpose. Not because you're lying to be dramatic, but because it's a control mechanism. And once you see this distinction, you start noticing it everywhere. In your own spending, in your friends' spending, in the way wealthy people talk about money completely differently than broke people do, even when their bank balances say otherwise. Here's why acting broke actually works. Your brain doesn't calculate spending decisions logically. It responds to language. When you say, I can't afford that, your brain treats it as a hard constraint, the same way it would treat an actual empty bank account. It shuts the door. No negotiation. But when you say, I don't want to spend on that right now, your brain treats it as a preference, which means it's negotiable, which means willpower has to show up every single time, and willpower is exhausting and finite. This is why people who grew up with real financial hardship often stay frugal for life, even after they've made real money. The scarcity language got wired in early, and it never had to be maintained with willpower. It became identity. Meanwhile, people who inherit money or get a sudden income jump often struggle to hold on to it, because there was never a scarcity script installed. Nothing rewired the spending instinct. The money came in, and the old identity, the one with no restraint muscle, was still running the show. Now, before this turns into poverty mindset is secretly good, it's not that simple. And I want to be honest about the other side of this. There's a real documented cost to constantly telling yourself you're broke when you're not. It creates chronic, low-grade financial anxiety even when your numbers are fine. It can make you stingy in ways that damage relationships, turning down dinners with friends, under-tipping, avoiding experiences that would genuinely improve your life for no real financial reason. And there's a burnout version of this too. High earners who do everything right financially and still feel like they're barely keeping their head above water, because the scarcity script never turned off even after the scarcity ended. So, acting broke is a tool, not a permanent personality. The people who use it well know exactly when to switch it off. So how do you use this on purpose instead of accidentally? 3 checkpoints. First, ask yourself, is this I can't afford it or I don't want to prioritize it? Those are different sentences with different amounts of truth in them, and your bank app knows which one is real even if your mouth doesn't. Second, set a scarcity script for categories, not for your whole life. Maybe eating out gets the I can't afford that treatment because that's where your money leaks. But saving for things that actually matter to you, that doesn't get the scarcity language because you don't want to talk yourself out of the goals that are supposed to feel good to reach. Third, check in every few months. Ask, is this restriction still serving me, or am I just performing broke out of habit now? Because scripts that once protected you can quietly turn into scripts that just make you miserable for no financial upside. Here's what I want you to sit with. Money mindset isn't about having more or less. It's about which sentences you let your brain treat as fact. I can't afford that is one of the most powerful sentences in personal finance, and most people use it by accident, at random, with no strategy at all. The people who build wealth on purpose use it like a scalpel, precisely, in the categories that need it, and they know when to put it down. So the real question isn't, are you broke or not broke? It's, are your money scripts working for you? Or are you just running old software you never chose? If this reframed how you think about your own "I can't afford that" moments, that's the whole point of this channel. The psychology behind the money, not just the spreadsheet. Comment which category you actually needed to hear this on. And if you want more of this, subscribe. I'm building out the whole money mindset side of personal finance that nobody else is covering.